One man owns wealth exceeding the combined GDP of 172 countries. This man is Elon Musk. From a business psychology perspective, his success cannot be measured by traditional capitalist standards. He succeeded through what is known as the halo effect, building a charisma that made crowds and investors link his name with the future itself. In this video, we dive into the behavioral depths and consumer neuroscience to decode the psychological formula behind this legendary fortune, a fortune approaching $970 billion. How does he shape the minds of the masses to increase his market value daily? The halo effect creates a cognitive bias where one outstanding trait influences our overall judgment of a person or brand. Musk weaponized this effect across multiple industries: electric vehicles, space exploration, neural technology, and social media dominance. From a neuroscience perspective, every Musk product announcement triggers a dopamine release in investors and consumers alike. He masters the art of narrative control, framing himself not as a businessman, but as humanity's savior and architect of tomorrow. This psychological positioning transforms his companies from mere investments into moral missions, creating emotional immunity to financial risk. The result? A self-reinforcing loop where belief generates value and value strengthens belief, pushing his wealth toward the trillion-dollar mark. Elon Musk didn't just build companies, he engineered a psychological empire where perception is the ultimate currency. How can one human mind lead Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, X, formerly Twitter, and XAI all at the same time? The secret lies in Elon Musk's psychological trait known as high cognitive flexibility, or extreme cognitive flexibility, alongside a minute-by-minute time management system called time boxing. Business psychology explains that the average person suffers from mental energy depletion when switching between tasks. But Elon Musk trains his brain to completely isolate projects and enter a state of complete mental flow, known as flow state. This strict psychological control protects him from decision fatigue and allows him to manage multiple empires with equal efficiency. This is the psychology of extreme multitasking that defies human limits. While others scatter their mental energy, Musk channels his into separate flow states. This cognitive flexibility is not just multitasking, it's mental architecture redesigned. Every 5 minutes of his day is allocated, every project mentally sealed from the others. This is how one man runs 5 revolutions simultaneously without losing his mind. There's a psychological weapon Elon Musk uses to control Wall Street. A weapon that turns impossible dreams into billion-dollar realities. This weapon is called the reality distortion field, the ability to convince others that the impossible is not only possible, but inevitable. From a behavioral psychology perspective, Musk's companies exploit what's known as modernity bias in investors' minds. He doesn't sell mere electric cars or rockets. He sells the narrative of saving humanity itself. This approach reduces what psychologists call cognitive friction, the mental resistance that normally stops people from believing wild promises. By wrapping his products in a grand mission, Musk creates a powerful psychological state in investors: FOMO, the fear of missing out. This fear is so intense on Wall Street that it drives investors to pour billions of dollars into his companies without hesitation. The result? Company valuations that are mathematically illogical, but psychologically justified. Tesla's stock price, for example, often trades at multiples that defy traditional financial metrics. Yet investors keep buying. Because Musk has convinced them they're not investing in a car company, they're investing in the future of civilization. This is the power of the reality distortion field, turning skeptics into believers and believers into investors willing to bet everything on a dream. The psychology behind Elon Musk's empire isn't just clever marketing. It's a masterclass in behavioral manipulation that has redefined how modern markets operate. We close with the most dangerous psychological trait in Elon Musk's character: his extreme, unnatural tolerance for risk. In psychology, most humans suffer from loss aversion bias, a deeply wired fear of losing what they have. But Elon Musk possesses something rare: emotional immunity against the fear of bankruptcy. He risked his entire fortune multiple times in his early ventures, betting everything on his vision. This conclusion sends a powerful message to the viewer. $970 billion is not the result of conventional financial intelligence. It is the direct result of combining existential purpose with ice-cold composure in the face of crisis. His neural coldness during disasters is not emotional detachment. It is strategic survival programming. Most entrepreneurs panic when their company valuation drops. Musk reinvests at the bottom. This proves to the viewer that owning the global financial game requires first owning complete psychological rebellion against prevailing rules. The $970 billion fortune is a monument to psychological mastery, not just market timing. Musk's legacy teaches us that extreme wealth is built not by avoiding risk, but by mastering the psychology of existential gambles. This is the final secret behind the world's first trillionaire: total psychological rebellion and ice-cold courage under fire. Follow us for more.